Oh, hello, hello. I don't know why I did that. So, we're playing Lotus Reverie first Nexus. And it's been a while since I played this, to be honest. Like, y'all don't know, but I had a break, a 1 month break of playing. And I had all these pre-recorded videos that, a backlog of videos that I just didn't post because I wanted to take a break first. So I took a break. And now I'm back. That burp. Do you hear that burp? Alright, so I think we have this one last main quest, which is like a exclamation mark. So let's do that. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's do the main event. Walk next to the river. Let's go. Wow, this seems like a lot of responsibility that I'm willing to take. Let's go. Sure thing. I won't say anything as long as nobody else finds out. But be good, alright? We won't get into any trouble. I've already explained it all to Sync, and her lips are sealed, right? What did you explain to me? See? Like she has no idea what we're talking about. I'm serious. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hahaha. The two of you split off from Violet once you've arrived at your destination, taking the opposite direction. What they were talking about before was you getting some alone time, even if technically breaks the 3-person regulation. You keep a cautious distance from Helio, who walks calmly along the river, observing the water below. Your task with this outing is to check the status from the cameras. Direct detectors and other traps are set along the river. It's a boring and tedious job. Splitting into 2 groups speed up the process, but it increases the danger. Ever since the event at the hospital, Helio hasn't been the same, and neither have you. Something wrong? Halfway through the process, Hilo stops in his tracks. He tilts his head towards looking at you and waiting for an answer that never comes. So that's how it is. Hilo sighs, moving from stand in front of you and turning to face you head on. I didn't intend to scare you like that back in the hospital, but that wasn't fear, right? That was something else. You remain silent. You managed to remember something? You nod, but still cautious. Then there's a chance for you to recover your memory. Funny how it was the Kapata that helped you out. Funny? Kapata? Look, you don't have to tell me exactly what happened or what you remembered. I know you're a woman of very few words, and I respect that. But we cannot keep this up forever, and I don't want this distance between us. What are you implying? I don't have any issue with... Let's start with the basics, shall we? It'll be faster if we continue where we left off last time. I'm going to summon a Kapata, just like back in the hospital. Don't get scared this time. Wouldn't it be better if you explain what you're talking about first? What's a Kapata? That lizard thing? Helio lowers his head. For a brief fleeting moment, you can see a small smile on his face. You asking that? Incredible. A soft glowing aura surrounds Helio. A black shape emerges from his own shadow, absorbing the surrounding dust into itself. Slim limbs, an enormous jaw, and an eyes that seem like they're about to pop out the sockets. Surprised? Don't be. After all, it was you who taught me how to summon them. I did what? Helio rests his hand on the creature's head. Far from seem dangerous, it looked more like a pet enjoying itself. Kapata, that's how they call themselves, though in reality they should be the Avata. You could see that there is something like fairies or goblins who are born by manipulating the very essence of nature around us. Summoning them used to be extremely difficult for a magical feat, but for some reason the spell has been quite common up since the incident. Probably for the same reasons as why Tulpas are a thing. The main difference is that you can summon as many Kapata as you want, not just one. It's also worth keeping in mind that Kapatas neither feel nor suffer either, since they don't have a consciousness of their own. And when it comes to their intelligence, she. Good night. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kapata 1, and I'd like to pour cereal after milk. Oh, who is this guy? Cereal after milk? No, it should be milk after cereal. Who is this guy? Get him out of here. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The rule is you should pour milk after cereal. That's the rule that I made up. And therefore it's a rule everyone has to follow because I'm great. I'm the best. They are stupid beyond belief. Yes! Stupid! Wait, I am Kapata 1. That means there are more. Spoiler. So stupid that it severely aggravate the usual headache you get when doing magic. One by one, Hilo brings out more of those things, though you find out soon enough that they will bear no ill will. At this moment, I'm looking for the card of legendary Golpata. Can you help me? What a coincidence! My name is also Kapata 1 and I'm looking for the legendary Golpata. But it's said that Kapata 2 is right there. And just right there. Is the Golpata! Kapata colon capitalized V. Don't be silly, the Golpata doesn't exist, just like the imaginary South Pole, or where there are no Kapatas with a mustache. Exactly, everything is lost here. Let's go. Ah man, I miss this writing. When I read what's it called? 1,000 lies? 1,000 lies? There was this just nonsensical scenarios and dialogue. It was the best. I bought this game just so that I can have it. I have it again. Hilo gives a few orders to the Kapatas before dismissing them to spread all over the riverbank. Even if they are stupid, they can at least take care of your task to check out the river. But before they can leave, you call out to them one last time, still concerned. It's nothing. What a weird girl. And this is how the Kapatas depart, in search of an unknown destiny that will probably never come to an end. Oh wait, the end is right there. I said nothing. I think so much concentrated stupidity is in one place has shortened my lifespan. One's first time is always an experience, you might say. The Kapatas head out to handle the matter of checking the river's security. In the end, they're basically akin to minions that can be used to perform any task that's simple enough for the low intelligence to handle. This makes them extremely useful for labor and other manual work. After all that noise and chaos, the atmosphere between you two has returned to the usual silence. Hilo in particular looks distracted. Your voice makes him react, and he raises his chin. I don't think all of that was just for show. What did you have to tell me? Hilo's body language turns nervous and on edge. Maybe you could... No, of course you remember nothing. Isn't that what I've been saying all this time? I always thought you may have been faking it. This is a dangerous world after all. The Kapata haven't clarified anything for you either? They don't ring a bell? The guy rushes in front of you, his tone and eyes growing sharper with each question. You frantically shake your head. And what happened to the other girl? Didn't you say you couldn't come back? What in the world are you talking about? I already explained that. There must be a reason why you'd come, if you're here. The boy is visibly discouraged, his excitement deflating. Your memory being missing is a huge problem, but I know how you feel, Zink. I know what it feels to what it feels like to lack purpose. Going through life unceremoniously with neither pain nor glory, following and only to the established path, without anything that stands out, nothing worth your time and effort, monotonous, grey, ordinary. Hilo raises his voice progressively, and his gesture slowly grows increasingly wild. Nothing ever happens, and when something does happen, you're not prepared. Nothing feels as interesting or fun as you expected. Everyone seems to have clear ideas of what they want and where they're going, but not you. Because who cares as long as you are yourself, as long as you're happy following your dreams? Hilo suddenly stops. The flood of fake positivity disappears, replaced by a hollow, dull expression. Lies, all of them. Listen to me, Sink. I don't even know where you got that name from. But our time here is limited. I had great plans, great promises I could not fulfill. And here I am, just letting the days pass, not that different from my previous life. The decision I must follow. It's not like I can enjoy it, but I cannot delay it any longer. An aura drawn from this figure once again, but this time different from the last. The sky, the waters, the streets, and Hilo himself. For a moment, it feels like all of reality is twisting on itself. And in that situation, when silence encompasses everything, even the smallest of sound rings loud and clear. Metallic, slight constant, the sound of still friction with its sheath. I thought you would remember something, but if it's not the chase, you're useless to me. If you don't know who you are, then give way for the others. If you're unable to remember anything, then forget about staying alive together. How do you think we have all made this so far? Helio's sword cuts the air in front of you, a warning strike. You must ready for battle. There is no more doubts about his intentions. Will you fight? Will I die if I pick wait what? I'll pick wait what. You take a step back defensively. Hilo frowns in discontent. You don't know what you're doing. He leaps on you with a blink of his eye, his sword's edge aimed directly at your neck. Wait! There's impasse, your eyes meet. His eyes narrow and his attack misses, piercing through your hood and grazing your skin. A trickle of blood runs down your neck. What are you doing? I'm not going to fight you, not like this. You'd rather die then? Not without first finding out what you know about me. If you want me to talk, you better try a different approach. Having scored your skin with his blade's edge, Hideo slowly moves backwards. The boy cleans his sword, flicking a crimson liquid onto the river, before returning to his battle stance. Last chance. I don't want to end this in a cowardly manner. Damn! I don't want to fight! I mean, Helio, best boy! Why are you doing this? Why are they giving me such hard questions? I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight. You simply shrug without answering him. As you wish. The distance between you disappears, his face right next to yours. But this time it wasn't fake out. Looking down, his sword has pierced your side. The wound spans both your sides and torso. The intense pain leaves you gasping for breath, and only worsens when the steel is pulled out of your body. You collapse onto your knees. The blood doesn't stop. Everything turns red. Why won't you do something? Do you think you made this far without a fight? Do you really think you can go on living just off good intentions alone? Yellow forces you to look into the direction of his face, violently shaking the hood off your robe. Under the immense pain, you can barely distinguish his face. Your moans and heavy breaths don't aid your understanding of his words. Are you gonna give up? Are you gonna tarnish the memories of those who died so you can survive? Hilo stomps his feet and circles around you, agitated. You remember nothing doesn't change the fact that you're already done. Don't think you are any better for anyone taking the easy way out. Give up or do nothing. They both mean the same thing. What? I guess do nothing. Helio disappears from your increasingly blurry sight. Minutes pass in utter silence. You don't know what's going on, but you can't even feel or see anything beyond the blue sky. You're not regenerating. You're not going back to normal. You aren't immortal, which means... No, wait. It didn't have to turn out like this. It didn't have to be like this. No, no, no. The boy seems desperate. He pulls away, clutching his head into his hands before crouching down next to you. You're supposed to fight. To recover your confidence. To find a purpose to fight no matter the circumstance. That's what you did to me. What you taught me. If you really are helpless, if you can't move anymore, you just have to tell me what you said that day. Prove to me that it's really you, please. The boy stammers. Seeing him like this makes your lips open to let out a soft sigh, then curves into a smile on his face. You're a terrible actor, Helio. Huh? You idiot, I realized from the beginning. Heroes don't act this way. You feel better. It's been a long day. What? What? Then none of us victories had any value. What happened? Ah! You wake up covered in sweat and out of breath, and it takes you a moment to calm yourself down. The bandages feel too tight and constricting, and the slightest movement of your arm causes a stinging pain to lance through your body. Worse, you're in a room you don't recognize in the slightest. The girl next to you, however, lends a helping hand to resolve your confusion and disorientation. Good morning, Sink. How are you feeling? Violet closes a notebook in her hand and places it on a nearby desk. You have many questions on the tip of your tongue, but with a slender finger placed carefully on your lips before you it stops before you can even open your mouth to ask. First things first, I went out looking for you guys since it was taking so long. Then I heard Helio screaming. That poor guy, he eventually managed to explain what happened, but to tell you the truth, it was mostly him apologizing. I still don't fully get it. He's currently sleeping like a baby in the next room, so don't worry about him. In the meantime, you were on your last legs when we picked you up. Luckily, I was able to treat your wounds, but well, we couldn't make it back to the castle like this. The fastest and most cautious option was to bring you here. Violet opens up the shutter and light pours into the room. Now that you can see the outside in more detail, you appear to be in a child's bedroom. We're breaking the regulation that limits the time we can spend outside the castle, but what else can we do? Once you feel better, we'll try to head back and act like nothing happened. Then you'll be able to get some proper rest in your room. I don't think they'll give us too harsh of a punishment. But you must know that you were badly injured, and since that wasn't a duel, you need to be careful because... She halts mid-sentence, visibly realizing it'd be better not to finish the thought. You should focus on your recovery. I perform magic, not miracles. You should better rest and cover those wounds to avoid suspicion. You can't even look her in the eye. The way Violet tries to help after everything that happened, in spite of the rules. The battle with Helio forced you to remember the rules of this game, including the thought that must inevitably be on everyone's mind. As a result, there's only one question you can ask. Why? Violet gingerly sits you down next to you, and though you find it difficult to believe, her face maintains her usual radiant smile. Why what? Why are you helping me, Violet? If we knew this was gonna happen despite all the troubles. You consider me naive or stupid, right? I don't. Tell me, Sing, which is worth it? Indiscriminate good or selective evil? Indiscriminate good, lol. You don't know how to answer, and Violet sighs. I may be stupid, or naive, or both, Sink, but I won't leave anyone behind as long as I have that option. And what happens when you no longer have the choice? What will happen to us then? Then I'll do what I think is best. I have my own priorities too, same as everyone else. Family above friends, friends above acquaintances, acquaintances above strangers. But until that very moment comes, I won't say no to anyone. I will always look for those in need of aid because that's how strangers become family in the first place. Just as it happened with you and all the other members in the castle. You hide your blush inside your hood, embarrassed. But what happens when you have to choose between the two members of your own family? That's another story. The atmosphere in the room grows heavy, insisting on leaving you to rest. Violet takes his chance to leave the room. His? Violet's a guy? Dun. I'm pretty sure that's a typo, lol. She picks up her notebook from the desk and reaches for the door. But before her hand can touch the knob, somebody opens it from the other side. Helio picks up bashfully and his eyes bloodshot. Can I come in? Violet gestures in your direction and you nod acquiescence. She stops at her own motions to leave, instead of paying close attention to Helio's every move. Sink, I don't know if you will forgive me, but I'm really sorry. It wasn't my intention for you to end up like this. Helio, you have a lot of explaining to do. I would love to, but I no longer know what I should believe or what I should do. Sink, I think I confused you with someone else, or maybe your amnesia has something to do with it. But aside from that, I'm afraid you won't understand or will misinterpret what I have to wish to say. I don't want to inadvertently lie to you or tell a story that isn't actually yours. What's this about, Helio? Do you know me? Do you know who I am? No, rather, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what to believe anymore. I feel stupid. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will never be able to compensate for what I did. I just wanted to copy what you taught me, to give back the reason why I'm still standing here. Or that's what I thought, but I'm not so sure anymore. Copy? That's what you call copy? I know, but that's the truth. That's what you did with me. But you... No, I don't know if it was you. And if it wasn't, then I can't say it. That was also part of the promise. And that's all? There must be more to it than that. I would love to tell you, but I need to know more. There's a promise I have to fulfill, and if it turns out that you... This is gonna be a long story, and it's something I shouldn't be eavesdropping on, right? Violet interjects, leaving Helio unable to respond. I can't say I know what you're going through, or even understand what kind of problem you're struggling with. I think I can make some sense of this issue. Ever since the incident, it has been impossible for mutual trust to exist between people. We've all been backstabbed at one point, and everyone holds more secrets in their heart than we can imagine. It's just unavoidable because our lives depend on it. The problem here is that we don't have much time right now. You need to get back to the castle and act as if nothing happened. Once the dust settles, you can freely talk it out. I know this is difficult for you, Sink, but I doubt you'll be convinced by anything we say right now, in the heat of the moment. And also, if I wanted to defend myself, I would have done so already. If Hilo promises not to behave like an idiot again, I suppose I can let it go. Sink. His heart touched, Hilo eagerly approaches you. Sink, listen to me. I'll tell you everything when the time comes. Once I learn what I need to know and fulfill my own promises, I'll immediately come to your rescue. Okay, calm down. She's still convalescent. Don't make her condition worse. what it means to become a hero. If you wanted to tell me, leave it to me, Sink. This time for sure. This time, I'll become the man you can be proud of. Very cute, but get out and let her sleep. All this noise is not helping. Give me some time, Sink. I'll show you what I can do. Violet finally wrangles Hilo out of the room and shuts the door with a relieved sigh. That's annoying, and there's this guy. It's fine. I think I feel much better now. You sit up on the bed. From the position you can see what's on the other side of the window. You find the view familiar. A quiet suburb of a single-family houses with a big garden. The same view as when you went to inspect the electrical substation. Just focus on getting better. Once you're ready, we can continue this conversation. Don't worry about anything else. Consider this your home. Though I know a certain someone who wouldn't like this one bit. But as they say, in for a penny, in for a pound. What are you talking about? Violet pauses to think, biting her lips as he looks around the room. I guess it doesn't make sense more to hide it. The hospital was quite far, while I had everything I needed to treat you there. And it wouldn't take you long to figure out anyway, especially once you see the pictures around the house. You furrow your brow, puzzled. Violet hits for the door, clearly out on her way out. Wait, what am I supposed to figure out? Who is going to get mad? Ah, Sink, you can be so smart for some things and so slow for others. You are currently in my home, where I used to live with my husband before the incident. Your husband? Yes, my husband. Though most people find it quite a shock when they discover who it is. That applies to you especially, I'm guessing. Especially me? Is it Samantha the castle? Don't tell me. The girl points down to the bookshelves on the way out. You focus your gaze to a framed photo of a couple. On the left is Violet, and on the right is Rue? Rue! Baby! They don't act like a couple at all. Or maybe it's because I don't do any secondary events and I have no idea. Wait. Rue? Oh boy, she's as surprised as me. Our hated covered in inhabitants from A to Z. Okay, that's gonna be that's gonna be all for this episode. Bruh, she and Rue. That was a shock. The shock of the century. Ah, Rue. Helio, why do you try to kill me? Baby boy, you're supposed to stay as a baby boy. Bad boy. Bad. But still, Columbine, best girl. That hasn't changed. Anyway, like if you like, dislike if you dislike. Subscribe for more content like these. I do love visual novels. So if you're interested, you can stay with me and subscribe. Also, comment down below what you think of this video, and also give me suggestions. I want to branch out the games. The games I can play. I don't know what games to play, to be honest. So suggestions is welcome. And I think that's all. Thank you for watching and have a good day.